that can be a bit slow to start or not super comfortable in this situation, lifting themselves up as the stakes get bigger. Atox is one of them, another Mongolian team, obviously battling for that top spot alongside the Mongols, helmed by Cabal. If you may be a little unfamiliar, he used to play for IHC, so you know there's kind of a revenge arc there, which is pretty cool. But ultimately, Mongols taking a bit of time, lost out, like you say, to Newhappy, and looking to recover that sort of blip on their results, and ultimately, I think looking really good against GR. Right, very, very clean game for them. So they'll be looking to find another clean map here, and indeed keep the one-sidedness coming. So yeah, and Inferno has been a little bit of a realm to do that, to be honest, you know. So I do feel like this should be a really, really solid map for them. They won it 13-2, as you mentioned, but also against Fire Esports in their first game in the lower bracket. They also won that 13-3. So they are looking quite confident on this map, the Mongols. Newhappy picking into it, though. Yeah, we'll see. It's a bit of a interesting turn of affairs, I feel, in this game. Ooh, Mazzinho going to open things up. It's kind of a mess with the mid push, to be honest with you. So many bodies in here for both teams, all over the place right now. Just 2 remaining for that CT side. It has failed massively. Mongols set for the pistol.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's, you know, when you're the Mongols, that's exactly what you're looking for here. Continue that kind of strong finishing towards Ancient, and, well, transfer it over towards Inferno. We only have about a 10-minute break, so good to see they haven't kind of iced out in that time. Li Hang will react well. Senzu fluffs his lines. Doesn't actually connect any bullets there. He had him side turn, but little panic. Nearly costly, but it will not make a difference here in the grand scheme. Li Hang is now just struggling to stay alive. Techno trying to find the fight. An optimal one, trying to see him off. Bring low on ammo himself. Let's be careful. It's alright, playing with the food a little bit here. It won't make a difference in the round, but finally see enough. I was worried that he was going to make it a little more expensive, all things considered. We're okay. So, 3 remain alive. The Mongols find the round. Of course, with that bomb plant too, they got plenty of cash to walk in with a buy in round number 2. For now, for Newhappy, the story from Ancient was just continuous ecos and half buys lost when they really shouldn't have been. And this is kind of the big thing that we look towards in map number 2, where that same kind of conversation is going to happen here. Inferno feels even more punishing as well. These quick rushes towards B, these pops on a balcony on A, with those low buys to the likes of Tech9s and what all the rest could be pretty dire. But at least for now, Mongols much better in terms of the firepower. Triple stack towards, or quad stack maybe even towards B. And the one left on A, already dead.
Not ideal, is it? Not ideal. We'll see. Will be a bit of a challenge to break into this B-bomb site. I don't think they will end up there. Slowly making moves onto A. And thus, we will soon discover that it is completely clear. Senzu keeping attention on this B-bomb site, I suppose. Should be easy enough. They're going to look to overwhelm him. He hears all those footsteps coming, so going to get a bit of a confirmation that there's at least 2 or 3 over there. Bomb should be going down momentarily. They're still a bit apprehensive. I think they understand they're in a position that they can find this super cleanly. Don't want to lose any players. Bit of a dry run, you know, get some confidence with approaching into the site. Refamiliarize yourself with Inferno. I know they will have thousands of hours on this map, but all the same, good to just roll through the motions and not take it lackadaisically.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly. The remaining 2. Newhappy, just gonna, well, keep hold of what they've got. Not really anything needed specifically from them. There's no real need to go and kind of die for no reason. However, if the Mac 10 does find them, that's a lot of cash in the back pocket. It's kind of worthwhile for Techno Mazzinho to send it in towards the fight, and Blitz will see off the last there. So it is going to be the Mongols 2-0 start. And a pretty easy one at that as well. Haven't really scratched the surface yet, Newhappy. They will have their first full buy, though. And even though it's early doors, you really hope that they kickstart the campaign on the CT side well. If they don't, that's when we get into the realms of being extremely worried. So far, it's been Great display from the Mongols this entire series, and it looks like they're still the most alive and awake team here on map number 2. Double AK, 1 Galil, double Mac 10 in this bonus buy for them. Now the expectations, they don't win this one just because they lack in terms of firepower. You get a bomb plant and make it, you know, a few kills, even that counts as a small win. If they win the round itself, and it's dire straits towards Newhappy, they'll be back into an eco again, and the Mongols can just pull further and further away.
Great flash round here for Techno. Easy kill for him. Goodness gracious, that flash was brilliant, in fact. Spine just fully blind for that entire fight. All right. Techno just a bit cold, I guess, wanting to warm up slightly. Will take a bit of needless damage there, but still a man advantage for the Mongols to work with. Newhappy not rotating anyone across, going to keep this solid A defense. So the one player going down doesn't make too much of a difference to these A defenders if they can clean up house. Great little setup in towards the pit area. However, again, the flashes are absolutely fantastic. Flash assist on every single kill there from 910. Brilliant stuff. Li Hang, no option but to save.
That'll be that. That'll be that. The Mongols in a very strong spot right now. This Inferno looking very much like the Inferno that we had the other day. At 13-2, there was just zero competition at all from Newhappy. It was, I'm pretty sure if I'm right in saying we even checked, it was a map that was closed in under 30 minutes. It was so damn quick. Newhappy, they've got to be getting those flashbacks as well. Especially with this sort of pressure on the shoulders, doesn't exactly help. This is lower bracket territory, ladies and gents. Lose and you are out. But of course, win is not exactly the nicest thing in the sense that you got Lin Vision awaiting in that next round. Lin Vision, who were the top at the end of the regular season from the entire region. And they desperately want to head back towards that Pro League. And probably also just want another crack at the Tyloo boys too. They didn't show up properly yesterday at all. But we'll see. That's all conversation for the future. Let's focus on the present. At a 3-0 scoreline. Unfortunately, Newhappy, no money. The M4's all they've got to work with. Safe from that round prior. Gonna try and nade stack, but Blitz doesn't care. He's right out in front of it.
Bit of a monster at the moment. Very confident indeed, I think, on that Mongol side of things. Little bit of B presence with the utility, but that smoke actually comes really far back, so I don't know that they will be expecting them to be this slow in towards B or this passive in towards B. They'll be like, oh man, they're probably relatively close, so we got to keep some attention here. Meanwhile, it is, of course, that A bomb site that is left with only the one player.
For now, all goes a little quiet. Senzu's taking a tag. Makes the M4, I guess, viable, especially as Techno as well. Both in that kind of one-bullet headshot territory, but fundamentally speaking, just that raw fire alone should be enough. It's one player, now no players towards the A site. They're going to go for a 5-play through B. And they'll realize very quickly, as the Utah comes forward, that's not going to make a difference. Li Hang's rotated over. He's going to be smoked out. There's no point even going near the site. Just go for a full 5, save it. That'll be the round. They'll realize very quickly, the Mongols, that no one's home. They went for that complete stack over towards B. And unfortunately, the Mongols sussed it out. So, that'll be all she wrote. If no frags are found on the tail end here, this is one of those rare rounds, apparently known as a unicorn round. No one dies, bomb goes off, and that'll be that. I am surprised, to be fair, that I don't send in maybe the likes of the USPSs. And obviously, you care about your KD and stuff, but also if you can pick up a rifle or an AWP, you know, those low players, they are in a kind of a dangerous range where a one-tap from a USPS could do something. Full exit out through CT. Hang on, there might be actually a little bit of a fight here. They're going to have a look in, see if they can drop anything in the tail end. Senzu maybe risking it a little bit. Let's find 2x. Tap him with the AK as well. That'll be all they find. You get a little bit more uncomfortable than Newhappy would have hoped in the save, but luckily the drop isn't anything too dangerous. So back into a buy. It's a 4-0 start. The conversation continues still. The Mongols, they can just keep kind of trucking along here. They haven't really faced any sort of a kind of a fearsome moment just yet.
No, very true, sir. Very true. It has been kind of an easy ride thus far, but a pretty decent buy here from Newhappy, so you'd hopefully expect that to change, particularly with the AWP in play. So we'll see if they're able to get done with it. Relatively passive angle from the AWP, though, not, you know, looking to get too busy into the action, let's say. Mazzinho looking to clear out the apartments, but not quite dedicating just yet. I think Mongols understand this is going to be a tough round and also a very important one to get on the board. Really will give them a solid beginning to this game. 5 rounds on your T side. It's money, isn't it? You know, and you've got so many more left to get, potentially.
For now, AK and an M4 being tagged up. They're just going to relinquish that control of Banana. But in doing so, Spy's getting a lot of information, a lot of leverage over the T side. Oh, I think this could be dicey. This bomb's going to be dropped here. Oh, the turn! It does get him anyway. The bomb does fall. And that's all the information they were heading towards A. Hence why they've gone for that gamble stack. Now it's a reset, but 30 seconds. Mongols don't have a lot of time here.
Dangerous for sure. Not a massive fan of it, and look how well set up they are on this A-bomb site as well. So, yeah, gonna have to go massive. Yeah, and they're so dodgy. You see Blitz looking across to the balcony, not expecting him in pit. Cold Zero box is impossible to get past, and, well, it'll be the 7 HP Lone Ranger. He will have to back away to fight another day. Saves the AWP, giving Newhappy their first round.
That's the silver lining at the very least. The AWP is alive. I mean, again, they've got loads of money, so it's not kind of a worry that he doesn't get any kind of loss bonus, quote-unquote, there. But all things considered, that round just falls apart. One push down Banana, and the entire plan is very, very quickly sussed out there. Well played from Newhappy. I think that's just very good proactivity. In that kind of late round as well, sitting back on the site leaves you so vulnerable. You have no information to go off. You have no real kind of precedence to take there. They go for a double swing towards top car, and they realize, hang on, no one's here. So it's really well played. And even in the walls as well, they were set up ready for trades. Which is exactly what you want. So, well played. That's a CT style that we want to see out of Newhappy. This is how you compete in towards this game. In their second full buy attempt, they were able to convert it. Like we said, Mongols plenty of money, so back into as a buy. Senzu will start off being tagged pretty damn low.
Very quiet here. After the initial utility, is there going to be a move in? Li Hang thinking about it. Nothing really presenting. They try and trade back. You know, there's no one committing to the fights at this point. It is a very safe sort of role for the time being. Or this could get bloody though at the top end. Dry swing coming round from Li Hang. Nothing going to happen for him. And Blitz in with the double is the big deal. 2 remaining then for Newhappy. Mongols looking to get right back on with a victory.
It's true. 2x and Tiger. He's ticking in that Molotov. And I think it's now a call to save, and one that might not be as easy as you would hope. He will just about get out of dodge. And, well, again, like you said, that'll be that. 2x is going to save over on the other side of the map. He'll be fine. Thankfully, Tiger will be okay as well. So all things considered, Mongols back into this ride. A little hiccup, a little speed bump along the way, but so far been smooth sailing, and well, so far been a very quick showing of what the Mongols can do when they're on fine form. Linvision will be watching this as well, and eyeing up maybe what kind of that Vito's going to look like if it is the Mongols to meet them tomorrow. And they're looking pretty strong across quite a few maps at the moment, the Mongols. It maybe took the lower bracket to wake them up, but since then they've been showing some fine form. This has been pretty scary to say the least. I'm worried for Newhappy as well. It feels like their mental state's in a bit of a vulnerable state overall. getting very antsy. They're taking over faces and kind of over peaks, and they're being punished. And in the 50-50s, quite simply put, the Mongols just look that tad crisper. Thankfully, there's a buy once again for Newhappy. Lost bonus built up enough. Ain't great.
Oh, 9-10 watching for the boost. Maybe hitting a flick. Either way, he's the one that finds the first frag for the Mongols. Lovely start to the round. They're going to steal the idea of the boost, and it will net them another kill. 9-10 being a little quiet, but this round is all about him. Will be a kill back. Got to be careful not to give too many across on that Mongol side of things. I think they now begin to realize that.
2-2, 2x, Lihang. I think it's safe to say, unless Lihang finds a miracle here, this shouldn't really be anything too problematic for the Mongols. Going to work their way over towards B slowly, though. They are going to slow things down. Pop Flash will come over. It is all a ruse. They are still committing in that direction. Lihang has a smoke in his face. And one goes over towards CT as well. That'll, you know, reconfirm things more or less. That's the good smoke as well. We've been playing a lot of, seen a lot of teams that are just a traditional smoke over towards CT, but it still leaves you so vulnerable to boost. That's how you're meant to throw it. The one that lands on the ledge and you're covered both ways. One smoke leaves you completely covered from both angles. Techno plant, and that'll be that. I think for Lihang as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they save here. Yeah, he's going to fall away. Even though there was damage dealt, and some of it confirmed too. Doesn't make a difference, all things considered. Nicely done. Well played from 9-10. Just like a nice little double entry. Two kind of out of the ordinary kills, but both very, very nicely done by the young Orpa. Mongols up to a 6-1 start. Safe to say, Scriv, things not looking good in the Newhappy camp. They have really not woken up here.
Yeah, it's not fantastic, right? We were hoping that they'd pick up some momentum after finding their first round, but it's not the case. It's a difficult one for them, man. It's a difficult one. You know, the last map may be a reality check. That, again, as we've mentioned, map pool-wise, they don't have as much depth as they need at this sort of level of the game. And I think it is, again, becoming a reality into this round as well. So, yeah, going to be a scary run-up for them, to be honest with you. They need to start stringing a few together. You know, this one rifle round, very cool, but you need 2, 3 probably from this run, you know, from this point on to make this half competitive.
Already, though. When you look at things at the moment, Newhappy, it is not being very happy in their camp for Inferno. It has been so rough. Nothing has come to fruition. The one round they won as well. Granted, it was a good late round play, but it's not something you can replicate time and time again, and it's starting to show. Molotov. We'll tag up 2-2 a little bit. A real commitment, and honestly, the Mongols have had so much success towards B. Looks like they wanted to continue playing in that direction. In comes the smoke this time. Senzu gets out in front of it. What a swing from him. Will go down to Lihang, but that should crack open the sight.
Certainly looking that way. Solid stuff. Techno with a big one as well as he gets aggressive through the smoke. Just about makes it out alive. Deep CT smoke. Bro, you feel like not a chance from here. That's going to buy so much time for the Mongols. They should be able to win it.
Ooh, all right. Well, I think you're safe to say that should be it. I don't really think they're going to give us a go. Even though 9-10 is low. Techno ain't exactly healthy, but they both should get out of dodge. They should be running. Let's get out of there, fellas. I feel like 9-10's dead here. There's no way he survives. There's no way. Yeah, down he goes. That bomb radius is pretty damn extensive. Muzino will pick up the AWP anyway. Doesn't really make a difference. They got so much money. They got such a lead. Basically, who cares? But it all goes to Senzu. This is a great opener. Sitting in the flames, I kind of got to respect it, but all things considered, That B site is so open, and the Mongols have no problems going there round after round, and they have. The bulk of the rounds have been over towards that B site, and they're not going to be tested. They're not going to be held back. You know, the age-old anecdote, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And this is exactly kind of what the Mongols are doing right now. 6 rounds as a buffer zone that the Mongols hold on a T side of Inferno speaks volumes to the domination of this game. We had a 13-2 last time. This one, honestly, right now feels like it could be even worse. The Mongols barely even breaking a sweat. And it's taking a 7-1 scoreline for Newhappy to call for their first attack pause. I mean, better late than never, but it is pretty damn late, fellas. This game already feels like it's out of your grasp.
Yeah, possibly. That's very true, to be fair. I think there is an awful lot to worry about here. But we'll see. We will see. Certainly not out of the realms of the comeback, but it has to, again, begin immediately. I think we needed it in the last round, if anything. So, yeah, it's a very challenging sort of move here, for sure. Another shot at it, though, with a relatively decent buy. 4 in a row does net you a 7-5. So we'll see. Tiger going to open up. A lot of damage done across to the Mongols as well. So it's a very good start for Newhappy.
Lee Hang. And around it. Bit of a spam. Doesn't really mean anything there. Once again, no surprises. They want to commit towards B. They're going quiet. They're going to lurk behind that smoke here. Lee Hang just gets spotted and Senzu will drop him. No surprises at all. That Senzu's the one cracking open. Bit to that side again. And a lot of success in doing so. Now the 4 versus 4. How do they play it? The numbers game as they swing towards the side. Spine is so low. 9-10 will find Tiger. And they know Spine's backside. He was in the flames burning. They know he's towards Newbox. He's in trouble. Down he goes. Senzu again swinging and finding that kill. This B site is a real problem for Newhappy. They just cannot seem to hold it, even when they have the numbers advantage.
Criminal, absolutely criminal. Yeah, I think they will be kicking themselves, bro. It's just not working at all. Mongols playing on a different kind of level. And that's pretty much across the board. Everybody on the Mongols team is positive. Some of them heavily positive. So it's really quite hard. You know, if they had a Blitz or someone like that, a Techno taking over the game, then that's one thing. But when the entire squad is rolling through you, then it's really difficult to answer back. You know, there's a lot that has to change here. 2X looking to survive. Pretty important that he does, right? He's one of the money mules, so yeah, he keeps his rifle and he'll be able to drop maybe even 2, to be fair.
Yeah, he actually could drop over to and
or an AWP. Yeah, he's gone for the AWP, I think.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I don't mind that call actually either. I feel like at this point. Oh wait, no.
Okay, no.
Yeah, he went for the.
Did go 2 rifles.
Yeah, the double M4 coming through. I think it's probably the safer call. I think the AWP would be nice, but the only real problem is that somebody's gonna be down on a 5-7, which is awkward. The only thing is though, these rifles have got to be a little bit more proactive. That's better already. I'm seeing a lot of banana controls have to come through here, but Techno snuck out. Lee Hang will punish, and that's where maybe for the Mongols who've had such an easy ride here, we get a little careless, a little sloppy, just because of confidence and all of the rest. Lee Hang playing above the smoke. We'll find another. Senzu will fall, and this is already much better. They're actively fighting down banana. This is how you got to take it.
Yeah, I mean, that is indeed what we like to see. A bit more confidence coming in from them. Maybe you can argue it comes quite late on, but ultimately they managed to find it in the end and will get themselves seemingly enough control. We'll see. 2 remain here. Pretty awkward. 38 HP's not a lot. They find the one on A. There is a bomb plant on the cards, though. Ooh, and 2X is getting a bit aggressive into the AWP. Again, a move that, in isolation, I don't necessarily like. You know, you're 3 versus 2. There's a minute left. Just hold on to your site. You got your boys coming in there, starting to confirm the fact that it is going to be A. Nobody in banana. Most likely to be the A site. And you've given your life away. They are winding the clock down here on the T side as well. Big frag from Mazinho brings it into a 1 versus 1. Molotov doesn't quite make it, but it's all good. It was a distraction for Spine to come round the corner. That might have worked on the old Inferno, I think, but that box clearly did not like the grenade. hitting it, all the same, he wins out the clutch. So we can laugh about it now.
Yeah, that molly, I've seen so many different variations of it thrown, and every single time it fails. Obviously, it's something that Valve have actively changed because it was actually quite overpowered. You could throw, you could kind of bank a Molotov off there, and it leaves you always vulnerable, and it actually gives the CTs a little bit too much strength in terms of a retake. It always seems to fail now. If you bounce on the ledge, that seems to happen. If you throw it kind of normally where that flat edge would be, it lands inside the box and doesn't spread, so you still can plot over towards Cole's area. I like that change actually by Valve. It's made kind of post-spawn scenarios viable in a sense, but like I said, thankfully it was just a distraction. A little funny, but not problematic. Great util damage, though. Already a lot being done here, but it doesn't matter. The AKs are doing God's work because Techno has cracked open the A side. That is quick. And Blitz blitzes through brackets for a second of his own. My God, this round is closed in a matter of moments. And Tiger is scratching his head. Can he even survive? Oh, he'll have to fight his way to do so. There's the first, looking for a second, which he finds. Honestly, they might still hunt him. They got plenty of money.
Yeah, may as well, man. Taking that AWP away is absolutely massive. Yeah, no, just keep Newhappy down in the dumps there. Loss bonus is going to be maximally stacked, but they won't really have enough money in the bank to get a comfortable AWP out, I would say. Down he goes to 9-10. So, yeah, decent frag in the end, but my goodness, Newhappy just can't catch a break. You know, the odd isolated round, it's just not going to be enough, is it, really? Really, really difficult to watch at this point in time. TheMongolz keeping it simple, just rushing straight in through a nade, so much damage, but they are always confident, always fragging. Nice kills in isolation by Tiger, but ultimately pointless, as it were. Consolation kills. They're actually going to go in for the buy in this round, which personally I think is it's needed, is what it is. It's the final round. Yeah, this half has gone very fast. I didn't think we were quite there yet. Thankfully, I caught it before, you know, walking into that classic caster trap. But yeah, because there is rounds in there, but sometimes, you know, you take a quick look at like 9-2 and you're like, okay, fair enough, we've got a few more rounds left to go. But actually, no, it's just 12 now, isn't it? And yeah, that really doesn't feel like we've played 12 rounds out. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I get it when I always use the default when I saw 14, be like, okay, you know, final round. And I still get it every now and again when, you know, if you're a little sleepy in the brain, you're thinking, okay, we've got a couple more until we hit round 14. But then I have to concentrate and lock in for the final two, for the 14th and 15th. But yeah. But now, though, in the final round, this force by looking good, but it's brought back into 2 versus 2. Senzu will fall, and all down to Techno. What he can do. Molotov on the corners. He tries to stay alive. 28 points of HP as he's thrust into a 1 versus 2. Mongols looking to crack double digits here in this first half. It might be easier said than done. He's going to go for the old long flank all the way. The bomb is open towards Banana. He's spotted now. He's a known quantity. Oh, dropping the AK was interesting. Flashing towards mid. 20 seconds, my guy. He ain't got a lot of time here. Now he's going to go towards A. What is happening? Techno is... He's fighting ghosts with himself.
Yeah, a little bit. I think, honestly, what the idea was maybe for him to retrieve an AWP and save that. But I think that's why he was dropping his rifle there. Can't find it. And then maybe he was also told, yo, it's the final round. Don't be saving. Very, very fast half coming in. Mongols... with the 9 rounds should be enough, but we'll see. Newhappy, bit of energy towards the end. Can they make it work in the second half? Hello everyone, welcome back in. We are quickly into the action here as the pistol gets started in the second half. Newhappy obviously going to need this one, and then probably the first couple rifles as well. Quite a long run back for the Mongols looking to secure this map. Pick their solid victories over the past few days, one of them against Newhappy, really spurring them forwards, looking very good on the Inferno at the moment, and of course the 2-0 and tournament survival on the horizon here.
Ooh, nice start for Tiger. Needed it. He will rip the head off Senzu there. Of course, Tiger playing a little bit of a raid boss as he's got the P250 and half armor. For now, though, nothing else offering up for him. I tell a lie. Blitz or fall. Tiger's making really good work towards B. It's all a ruse as well because they're going towards A.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a fake out. Mazzinho going to spot them, tries to dish out some damage, not going to happen for him. So the bomb plant coming in here in a solid setup, you have to say. Tiger with the lurking play. Somewhat expected, but still able to rip the head off. Flash comes round. Makes life very easy indeed. Just 9-10. And he's tagged up. I don't see him winning this one. I don't even see him finding another frag. He's going to stick around for it, nice and confident, but will go down. Nigh on flawless there from Newhappy. Great way to kick things off.
Yeah, there's just something about AWPers and pistol rounds that's just so crisp, man. And Tiger showing exactly why. That was more or less all one off the back of him. And it was all a ruse as well. And he goes over towards that B site. It's not even where they're heading. Really nicely done, all things considered. So necessary as well for Newhappy. They were in a quite dicey spot coming in towards this half where there was a really easy conversation to be had of if the Mongols had found that pistol round, they get a 10th, they more or less get a freebie of an 11th as well, and before you know it, it's kind of feels like Newhappy playing for more or less OT. I'm like 11, 12, 3 down. It's not great. Thankfully, not the case. They're going to go for the Astrala stack it towards B. All 5. Might be given the opportunity as well. Techno playing anti. He could get a kill here. Maybe pick up a rifle. The bomb is actually coming that way too. But a Tiger should clear and spot this all out before it gets too dangerous.
Oh, actually, no. He gets ruined.
Ooh.
AK retrieve now as well, so we're getting a bit of damage. I mean, the round should be all good for Newhappy here. They're going to charge onto A, get the bomb planted, right? And Mongols won't really have too much time. That's 2 AKs taken of 3. So it's decent damage done to the Newhappy economy. It is 1 tap into the next round. It is extra cash, which is often a big deal with these 3rd round rifle buys. Get yourself a full belt of utility and whatnot. Don't have to be as selective. So it does have a pretty big knock-on effect for the Mongols there, finding so much success.
Mazzinho, he's only low, he's only got a pistol, so may as well go have a look and see what he can find. He should fall. Oh my god, no way, 2-2. You can't lose that fight. Mazzinho's 19 points of HP, no armor, and a USPS. Oh, that's a brutal one. So that's a Galil picked up. Spine's looking for a little more something with a Mac 10. I think basically the big thing is just don't really peek here. Blitz has been spotted, so you're dragging all of the attention. Ooh, okay, so Techno does fall. It's only one of the AK saved over. But actually, there's a Galil as well. All things considered, that round is actually a success for the Mongols. No two ways about it. Economic damage over towards Newhappy. Rifles drop there as well. And, of course, I guess at least one premium AK brought over as well. And they're more than happy to wield that Galil if you are Mazzinho. 910's got an AWP. You don't mind the situation at all. It's doable. I say it's come through. 2x, Spine, Tiger all taking tags down mid. That's a bit of an aggro fight, though, from Mazzinho. Only had the Galil, but just feel unnecessary to a degree. And Tiger, that swing definitely was, because Blitz will double it down.
Nasty, very nasty indeed. 2-2. Trying to keep the round alive for Newhappy. It's a nade there. Senzu can't really stick around. Gets ruined by 2x through the smoke. That is a ridiculous shot. Bomb has yet to make it in towards the bomb site. A well-placed nade here could do so much damage. Techno, I guess, is a bit wrong. It hits the pole. And unfortunately, he's denied away. He actually receives one himself, and that is how you do it. That's a much nastier nade. He's going to back off here. They will take the save. So Newhappy picking up a lot of speed, looking quite good in the early stages of this T half.
Yeah, well, for now, 2-2, 2x both low, but all that matters has been in that round. It started quite poorly as well, in the sense that when Blitz doubles down, you're thinking, oh, hang on, this is looking very good, but great response coming forward. I was quite worried when Lee Hang and Tiger died, but 2x is a miracle shot from him that does all the work. One goes off at the very least. An AK and an AWP saved over for the Mongols is the big saving grace. Here's Newhappy chipping away at this deficit. I mean, thoroughly needed as well from what was a pretty poor showing so far this game. Gun rounds being converted. The pistol, of course. All of this is kind of a necessity. It's not even really it's not a luxury. It's a requirement, to be honest, for Newhappy to have any conversation in this game. And thankfully, they're ticking all those boxes. 3 rounds is the gap. Mongols reinvest back in. Double M4. Senzu, unfortunately, just down to an MP9 for him.
X on the creep out through mid, nearly taking 9-10's head clean off. Senzu with the close angle. Oh, it's a mess. A lot of damage, though. Yeah, you can see the follow-up. The nades don't look too bad. Decent Molotov there from Blitz as well, but he gets absolutely ruined. The Newhappy T side, so aggressive, yet so effective. Mongols getting caught off an awful lot, losing control of this A bomb site as well, kind of all too easily. Plan going to come in. Need to follow up. Decent bit of damage. They were maybe hoping for a frag off the back of that. The spam, the Molotov is close to finding it. Are they going to go for this? Looks like it. Definitely does indeed look like it. 2-2 in at the pit. Ollie could clear him out. They've got 2 of them. I don't see why they wouldn't go for it. They're looking to stay quiet, I suppose.
I told you, again. Don't do it.
There it is again. Yep.
Don't throw that molly. It doesn't work.
God.
They've done something to the
pixels.
corners of those boxes where like it just never does what you want it to do.
Yeah.
They've made it so. But I think it is a good thing. I think it makes it just makes that kind of retake a little less viable, which is kind of the main thing. It gives post-plants something to go off. The Mongols, yeah, that round falling short again. The A side looking very vulnerable. The same way that the B side was not great. More Newhappy. Same thing in reverse here. They will have a buy to go with. They can have rifles out on display around that AWP. So that is the saving grace, I guess you can talk about. But yeah, the A side's not looking good. They're playing nobody through bulk, nobody through short, and that's costing them so much space. I think Newhappy are very quickly realizing that they get all of this these kind of T-apps, not T-apps, so they get all these apartments control basically for free. No one's ever really contesting them on it. Once again, kind of similar. 9-10's playing through mid here. He's got the angle on towards shore. Lee Hang. Messing around with Util. Will give a bit of a peek to work with. Smoke towards long. No surprise that's all that they once again are posturing in that direction of A. Because in a similar fashion to the Mongols, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Slow upswing on towards the A-bomb site. Not as much presence towards middle, towards brackets from Mongols, right? So they're just kind of playing a very basic sort of game of like, right, let's keep everybody alive so that we're not having to battle back, not having to retake. A-bomb site cannot fall. It's nice from Newhappy, though, just pushing them into slightly awkward positions, making them less and less comfortable. Mazzinho with a lucky spray down through the smoke will make the difference. This dangerous angle in towards the pit, so hard to deal with. Trades are going to be there. Orp at the back of the site. What can he do? Only one. The 2 versus 2 retake looks a hell of a lot better than it has in the past.
Definitely on the cards to some degree, but what is the plan here? Doesn't start well. Senzu missing the jump. I don't think there's any point in shifting now, mate. You've just stomped your way down. They know you're around there. Techno, he's kind of got to do this alone for the first 5 seconds, waiting for something to open up. Flash going to come in the corner. He avoids the other one. Could swing. Will get one. That's a bad play in the 1v2 there. But Senzu a trade. That's well played. They have time just about. He does have a kit as well, so it should be okay. Finally, the Mongols winning out a retake there. And, of course, they pick up an AWP just to add insult to injury. Much better. Finally, a bit of success coming through for the Mongols. It's been a long time coming. That's what you want to see coming forward. Zeno masterclass to open things up. Unfortunately, he was so low there. You couldn't really expect all too much of him to deny that push out towards the site. It was quite poorly played there for Newhappy. In that kind of 1v2 situation right in that initial fight, you just got to play contact. The fact that he even gets to hold that spray on towards Big Pit for so long from Techno is a bit of a worry. One goes back to that kind of nice comfort zone. 3 rounds ahead of Newhappy, 3 rounds away from the map, the series. I'll give them a bit of a luxury, but they do have a couple of less than adequate weapons to work with. An MP9 and a FAMAS rounding out the buy here. Newhappy still advantage for them in round number 18.
Command control coming in. Newhappy again spending a lot of time just sending the feelers out there. Much slower. You know, the early rifle rounds were incredibly aggressive from them. But I think Mongols are like, okay, let's put ourselves in positions where we don't allow them to take those early fights. And if they do go rushing in, we'll be very prepared for them. So it definitely is a change-up. However, we are going to get a burst out through the apartments in just a moment or two. They're so ready for that on the Mongols side. A fantastic setup to deal with it. Oi, that's a little dangerous, though, to go for the smoke. There is one in. Oh, the trades from the side player. Oh, goodness, it's maybe fallen down a little bit. Flash is a bit dodgy. Molotov pushes him into an awkward spot. Down goes the long player. And I think setup-wise, we were good. Weapons-wise, if I had to be real picky, it should have been the other way round. You know, that MP9 at range really did struggle there.
Yeah. Mongols going to be forced into that early save. I mean, even though a lot of damage has been dealt to 2X and Tiger, and somewhat known damage too. Not even going to attempt it, especially because keeping that orb alive is such a priority. And this time, for the first time in a while as well, the Mongols now will not be able to reinvest around it. They've been just about squeezing out kind of full buys around what has been saved. This time they won't get that luxury. I think maybe for kind of 9-10 and Techno could drop over an MP9 at most if they want to try and keep some money alive. And of course have 5-7s in the hands, but this should be a pretty simple next round of the board. So Newhappy going to make this 1-round game, you'd expect, as things go very, very south into the round next. That's a good take on towards the site. And once again, like we've already seen, absolutely no problems heading out towards the A site. Mongols, they've got to try and close this gap. It's not looking good. The A site is so vulnerable time and time again. It gets to a point where you even think, if you're the Mongols, maybe in this sort of round as well, why don't you just tempt fate and go for a quad stack A? The Newhappy are getting so much success there. They've gone there, what, 4 out of the last 4 rounds? Just keep having a little look in. At least this time, you're going to get proactive. You'll be given an opportunity. Well, 2X is round that corner. He makes his way slowly through second mid. 2-2's up towards top. At least basically, there could be a very early fight as well. Mazzino and a 5-7 at close range is somewhat worrying. We've already said ecos and half buys have been dangerous. Techno will find the first kill. 9-10 will find the second. Surely not another one of these sort of rounds. It was Newhappy who lost the bulk of them in towards Ancient.
Oh no,
oh my God, no.
Goes unchecked. What is happening? 2 for him. Not a chance of recovery there for Li Hang. Oh God. Oh God, yeah. It really is a plague, isn't it, for the Newhappy side of things, that they are struggling against these half-buy situations. Falling apart again and again and again. And it gets to a level of not really being acceptable, but particularly towards the tail end of the game, when the pressure is on, they fall apart fast, apparently.
They just do not know how to respond on these low buys. Newhappy, they lost so many. It's getting upwards, like close towards 10 in the entire series so far. Only kind of a map and a half in. It's not great. I mean, that was the storyline of Ancient, was just half buy after half buy winning. I didn't want it to creep over in towards Inferno, but it has. Senzu, great through the smoke. Spots just a pick, so that's all he needs. Tiger drops, another one close left as well, and Spine desperately trying to cower as the bullets fly past his head.
Craziness, absolute craziness here. Senzu has looked really good for my money. I know you said he was maybe a player that struggled a little bit last time out. Seems like he has taken that in his stride and really, really improved into this series. But for my money, as always, it is Mr. Blitz who is really, really fragging. But indeed, the Mongols maybe got some inconsistency in here, looking to push in towards Banana, though, and finish out this series. Oh, great flash round for Senzu. Finds two, just Spine. And surely not a chance for this guy. He's got 5 to find, only gets one of them. 12-8. Map and series point on the line.
Tough times. Tough times for Newhappy. Once again, just showing how one low buy round can just spiral into further success. And exactly that. It just brings back a new lease of life for the Mongols. They just look that level more confident. Map and series. Lin Vision waiting in the wings to see who wins out this one for tomorrow's game in that lower bracket. Tomorrow's ESL Pro League qualification game as well. And Newhappy, it's been in a story of so close yet so far. Spine gets legged. And for Newhappy, to make matters worse as well, on what map and series point, they've only got pistols to work with. I'm hoping that the Eco Curse transcends on towards the Mongols as well. But this is really, really choppy.
Desperate play then, bursting through the mid-smoke. Oh my god, they are so ready for it. Player boosted up. However, it's not really worked out. I guess, again, the flash is so damn good. 9-10 going to get overwhelmed from all sides. He's got a Molotov down. Does well to find one. Oh, doesn't know where to look. Oh my goodness, Senzu trying to come in with the save. Not going to happen for him, but so much damage has been done that this should be over. Carnage continues. 2X finds a big headshot, leaving it all down to Techno here to finish the game, and he can't get it done. The AWP runs rampant. 3 for 2X, and a round for Newhappy that never should have been theirs.
The curse continues, man. These low buy and force buys, this is getting ridiculous. It actually is. You get so unfortunate it gets a leg there, but even still, you cannot continue having these low buy rounds converted. How does it keep happening? Newhappy stay alive by the finest of margins. The Mongols thankfully can rebuy in, so not the end of the world, and it still does remain map and series point. There's that confidence. That comes back for Newhappy, and of course they got the weaponry to speak of too. Having an AWP scooped up isn't exactly bad by any means, and they got the 3 AKs and that 1 Galil around it. Ooh, Techno was dancing with the devil a little bit there, peeking in towards the AWP. It's okay, and he will boost up the AWP of Senzu, who can now just hold down this position pretty comfortably. Smoke deep in towards Bananas and starts to fade as well. He gets a lot of control here.
It looks that way. Wild swing coming in. Oh no! 9-10 peeks back in, loses his life, maybe thinking it was only one player. Blitz to hold, though, for the double. The Molotov perfectly timed to help him out with that. Bomb going to be dropped. Newhappy trying to go back to their tried and true fast rounds. A mess all over. 2 versus 2 may well keep them alive. The AK spam not quite close enough. They know the Blitz is in on the site. It's Tiger with the banger and Spine to find Senzu. This is absolute chaos, but Newhappy are making it work somehow.
Yeah, this game's carnage. Absolute carnage right now. It has to be said. This game is feeling like it's still got a little bit of life behind it. I don't think 9-10 needs to swing there. I know he's trying to kind of bail out his teammate. He's trying to play for a trade, but when you're swinging with an AWP like that, you are kind of always at a disadvantage, especially when there's 2 players coming up for the T side. I think for 9-10, the best thing he could have done is just fallen back on towards Bauk, kind of invited them out and maybe caught them off guard. Even played that crack angle on the Bauk position. It's kind of all advantage towards him, but it's very easy to say that with the benefit of hindsight. Mongols down to a low buy, and it should allow Newhappy to get within 1 round of overtime. So a game that looked like it could have been closed quickly, especially from how dominant that first half was, now looking very different. Both sides showing their preferences on the T side and their weaknesses, most definitely, on that CT side. But what's good to see is thankfully Newhappy playing this one slow. I think they understand that they're probably against a low buy. Not doing anything too overzealous. They've fallen flat to a couple of these already this half. Learning the lesson as we go.
Yes, well, we shall see, shan't we, if it comes back to bite them in the backside anyway. Patience. On Newhappy. Senzu up on the boost. Actually going to knock that smoke down, did he, I think? I'm not sure. It sounded like it hit him. I know this smoke deal with the boost has been quite popular. All the same, Newhappy not really feeling too confident moving in, waiting for the smoke to dissipate. 25 seconds, man. Oh, it's dangerous. I don't know. The Mongols, you know, could have looked for a big stack here, but opting not to do so. And actually a rotation coming back round. They get the player off the boost. No. Oh, it was so perfectly set up. And they bailed at the very last moment. Zenio finds the lurk. Gets himself an AK. The round itself surely not going to happen. Blitz. Oh my goodness. Keeping us in it maybe. Landing a couple of shots here. Would be a wild thing if they could pull this off. It looks like they might just try initially to go for it, but opting against it in the end.
Yeah, and that molly just takes the timer a little bit too low. They don't have a kit, so unfortunately, even if they got towards the side, they have to find those frags so quickly. But yes, you can say making it semi-expensive. Doesn't really matter this late towards the game because we're heading in towards the final round in regulation. Now, there's only two ways this can go. There's overtime on the cards here. Good flash, great flash. Oh, he can't confirm the kill, but the bomb will do it for him. Tiger will fall. It's a little bit more expensive than they would hope. Yeah, we only have two results like we mentioned. That boost could have been so good, but unfortunately, drops at the worst time. Is it overtime? Can Newhappy claw it back? Or is this closed out 13-10 in regulation? Well, the Mongols are going to make us wait a little bit longer before we find that answer. They're going to call for attack pause. Understandably so as well. They've let this one slip a little bit. It's not been a good run of form from them. 8 at the half. They've only found 4 since then. Newhappy have been on a bit of a triumphant recovery on this T side. The Mongols are going to try to do everything they can to close this out here and now. Letting it slip towards regulation opens the door massively of this spilling over in towards Nuke. And that's probably the worst case scenario right now for the Mongols. This game was closed. Map number 1 was so dominant. Even though the scoreline may not suggest, it was actually pretty one-sided. It felt inside the game itself. Mongols, they know that this has not been the cleanest exit towards the map, but as long as they exit within their favor, that's all they care about.
Very true. Yeah, just wanting to keep guaranteed spot in the tournament, and then you have that one win against X-Cyclone, right? It's not too deep to get your Pro League spot, but we'll see here. Racket's presence coming round. Blitz just around the corner. Oh, just get flashed off. Able to make it out before getting taken down, but of course it is a player kind of dropped in terms of the support. He's not dead, but he might as well be. You know what I mean? Like in towards the A hit itself. So we'll see what the two players in on the site can get done. Have to buy time and of course find the frag. Down goes Senzu. Mazzinho immediately falls. I thought his spot was so good there, but not the case. An advantage, bomb plant secured, and a recovery required by the Mongols with only 3 of them. Lack of utility, no kit. This is going to be difficult.
Open retake's never nice either, is it? S910's hitting a couple of crispy ones. This is going to be really awkward. He's going to post up. Dropping a Molotov 2 would be good. It just gives him a level of room to work with a swing out from balcony's not good enough. Blitz for 1. Looking for a second. Can't find it. It's the open 1v3 on this retake attempt, and he doesn't even get one. Overtime is required. That is a big hiccup from the Mongols. They let that slip massively. That should have been closed in regulation. It should have been closed ages ago. But that CT side was so poor. And in the same way that Newhappy's B side control on the CT was awful, so was the Mongols. Their A site was not good at all. Round upon round, Newhappy just kept going back towards A. And I said it earlier, especially on some of these half-buy rounds, if you're the Mongols, why aren't you sacking it? Why aren't you putting a lot more presence there? It is, yeah, it's put them in the really awkward headspace heading in towards overtime. Thankfully, they will have a double AWP to start out the OT. Money reset and all the rest, but confidence at a bit of a low for them. Newhappy, they know this is doable.
Yeah, man. We'll see here. Senzu going to open up through the smoke down banana. Indeed, there's a lot of pressure now onto the Mongols to just start performing again. However, we see it very often where it's like, especially on a CT side, you know, you're lacking the cash, a bit more pressure, you feel more nervous to take the fights. You can see immediately more confident that they have a little less to worry about. Finding 2 kills, pretty much netting another onto Spine. Should be a good start to the overtime from them.
2x. Nice spot on towards Blitz. Good headshot. Foul! He pulls his knife out. What are you doing? That's not the time to be doing that. It's a lovely talent, but there's a time and a place, fella. Big mistake. And the bomb of Tiger, trying to play around that smoke as well. Spine so low. Oh, onus on Tiger to find something, and he can't. Spine, well, he does find a frag. In a 1 versus 3, he's so low. He can't make this work. No bomb control. Only 14 points of HP. I think he's just got to tuck his tail between his legs and hide. That's going to be the Mongols finding that elusive CT round that's evaded them so much in regulation. And a big mistake, a costly error from 2x. Will put the Mongols back in towards the lead and closer towards that mapping series.
Yeah, it is such a classic, man. Such a classic. The team that was in the lead dropped the overtime. They win
flies
out.
Through.
Number 13. Yeah, it's just wild.
Always how it goes.
Like I said, yeah, it really is. It really is. Like I said, though, it relieves a bit of pressure and plenty of money. Obviously, they go for the double AWP setup there, which is somewhat of a rarity in 2 at the moment, but making it work. Not going to stick to it. Oh, no, they are. Okay, maybe Senzu was dropping someone across. Not quite sure. Either way, the double AWPs, yeah, something for Newhappy to contend with. Certainly going to be awkward.
Let's see. Back underway. Of course, this is 12.5k OT. You do have plenty of funds to work with continuously. So you're okay through the flames there. It's not good. 9-10 hold for the boost. He's holding. Not good enough. Spinal Fine 1. Insta traded by Techno. Just double stack here towards B. And Blitz will come through as well. 2x answering back. And now, I'll take in a little bit of trouble. He's going to easily fall away from it. Swinging that smoke, I'm not a fan of. Now he's beckoning over for a rotate.
Mizinho, big fight. Oh, 2 versus 2 now. Where's the bomb going? It doesn't even know. Looks like B. I'll have to get through Techno. How does he want to play this? It seems quite safe rather than working aggressively. Tiger on the B to entry in. Alrighty. Alrighty. I maybe had a little bit of a problem with it, to be honest. He's got an AWP, but he seems to know what's up, seems to make it work. Just Mizinho, then he will absolutely go for this retake, but they've got him red already with that Molotov. You know, it's not going to be easy here. 45 HP, no info, no teammates. What do you do?
It does feel like this one slipped away from him again, right? Mizinho. It'll come over. He's expecting something. Smoking towards the bomb, though. Hang on a second. Just give me something. As a kit. Could just stick it. We'll just stick. Hang on a second. Oh, they're in the wrong place. No, it's in. Oh, my God. That was way closer than it should have been. They planted it, and they lost it. But thankfully, they'll win out the round overall. The spam is enough. It's a sigh of relief. But obviously, on the other side, that feels like a round that shouldn't have been lost by the Mongols. They brought the numbers in their favor. They doubled it down as well. And then it slips apart so quickly. Missed shots. High AWPs in towards that round really cost a lot for the Mongol side. A lot of space there. That double AWP's not always the best thing. And that's exactly where they would have preferred a rifle, at least in one of those engagements. At least. Early B stack once again. For the Mongol side. I think Newhappy are going back to the tried and tested. 3 towards A early. And the bomb not too far behind. They've lost banana control here. So surely the second now that you see the likes of Senzu pushing forward, they're going to rotate over. Mazzino somehow doesn't get a double there. Somehow, some way, Li Hang remains alive.
Mental. Absolutely mental. Great little play, though, Senzu. Whoa. Meanwhile, pushed down. He was a little worried that he'd been seen there on the double take. Love this move, though. Passive, safe down. Banana, Tiger in for one, but instantly dealt with. We're 2 versus 2, but you can see how unhealthy they are. And the odds that they expect another player to have pushed down Banana, pretty slim. Bomb in the middle of mid. This is a really weird game state to deal with, isn't it? Not one that you will have run through hundreds of times. Very, very strange to work your way in from here. 2x, though. Could get the drop. And quick move from him. Beautifully done. 1 versus 2 now. It's not just the T side that have to deal with this funkiness. It is also the CT end. Blitz not checking his backside. Will get taken out by Li Hang. And it's Newhappy to take the lead moving into the second half of overtime.
Both sides are just fundamentally significantly better on that T side. I don't know how Mazzino doesn't get a double there. You know, we've spoken about CS2 sprays, and that feels like a prime example of it. But yeah, they've got so much control, the Mongols. Everything looks so good for them, and it so quickly slips apart. A lot of overfacing, a lot of fights are kind of being taken, but don't need to be, and yeah, so quickly do things go south. Let's see what the Mongols look like in response. They had a really stellar T side of their own. I mean, both sides did 8-4 halves. Can they go that one further? Newhappy getting 2 out of 3 on the T side. The Mongols need 3 for 3. Take this in OT number 1. 2 from them, of course. Will push us towards the double OT. Something we're not unfamiliar with here in towards the playoffs. Who's going to come forward? Any space. Now, we said that the Mongols, their A hold on CT was weak. The Newhappy, their B hold on CT was very weak. The Mongols are slowly going to test in that direction.
Flash in. 9-10. Forced off the position. Late banana take then from Newhappy. Certainly interesting. Nade clips the wall next to 9-10. They are fully bailing on B. What the heck? Okay. they will let Spine stay over. I mean, it's the right idea, but like in terms of the actual call behind it, that would just be mental with no information. However, 4 on A should be enough to hold this one off. 2 for 2 trade so far. They're going a bit crazy through the smoke. Going to run into a lot of resistance here. And now it is just Spine. I thought they were all good. They found the initial frags. You know, maybe back it off a bit, get some utility out. But no, they just kept swinging, kept going for the gunfights. And Spine kind of trying to follow in those footsteps. So this is a wild one. The DNA of this round all over the place. What can Spine get done from this position at the moment? He can isolate these 1v1s if he moves a bit quick, but he just does not know where to look. And the pit angle has become so hard into CS2. Mazzino will peek out with the perfect timing and take him down. Mongols with somewhat of a recovery there.
Yeah, it's nicely done. I think that round looked like it was up in the air. It looked like Newhappy were going to lock in map point there for a hot moment. And thankfully claw back in their favor. But the finest margins for the Mongols, it has to be said. I think Newhappy slightly overfacing. They just played the numbers game in the retake. I'm sure they would have been okay. It was looking pretty choppy there. All things now are tied again. And this feels like anybody's game. 2 rounds in quick succession is what's needed. Close this one out. Will it happen? Another OTB needed. Senzu gets very unfortunate to get the frag there. He will just about avoid majority of the mollies. He was stuck in between 2, but he's met with a grenade either way. Early nade damage. Actually bringing a little bit more over towards the Mongols.
Big nade. Big nade there. Boost from 9-10. Oh, it's beautiful. It is real nice on the edge of that smoke, to be honest. They found success with that towards the tail end of their T side, bringing it back. Fantastic, isn't it? So man advantage, weakened up bomb site, opting to move towards A. I like the look of this so far.
He said, still feels like Newhappy could do something with this, just considering how low Senzu 910 and Techno are, but they're going to go for a quad stack B. Ooh, I don't know. This is going to... Well, they're going to figure out very soon that this is not the right call. They go for a quad stack B. No information towards Banana as well. And they'll realize very soon that with... Well, as you can see, all the Utah coming out towards A, that'll be that. It feels weird to call for a save, but in a way, it's actually probably not the worst thing. If Tiger falls, he can't reinvest in towards an AWP. The rest of the team have money, but only really Tutu has kind of AWP money, so to say. They are going to play Bogdan's Law. They're going to drop the AWP over towards the hands of Lihang. They're flying in here. So they're going to hear all of these steps. A lot of this comes down to what the youngster can do. He's on those C stairs. Good timing on the smoke as well. Molotov will come through. Mazzinho, he surely goes unchecked, and he will. There's one. Going to make it a second. He misses his opportunity, and he does. What a flawless round coming through from the Mongols. A questionable call for a B stack there. And that's where it comes back to bite them. Once again, map and series point towards the Mongols, looking for a flawless T side. I don't know whether Newhappy have AWP money as well. I know one had 3.5k, so they might just squeeze it out. Even then, Utah will be a little lacking. Yeah, they just about have it. As you can see, the likes of, you know, those who had to pick it up. The Utah is pretty rough. Tutu's on just a FAMAS with one smoke, 2x got an M4, no util. So, yes, you get the saving grace. Tiger's got to earn his keep now with this one.
Well, we shall see if he can do so. See if he can pull it off. Not looking too great for Newhappy, but pressure on them once again. They've performed pretty well under these very same conditions just a few rounds ago. One out towards B. These stacked calls. Difficult to work with, difficult to get right. And I don't know that they're as easy as they once were, you know what I mean? Oh, that's a grenade, my brother, not a smoke. I think that's the wrong nade. Whoopsie daisy. Either way, he'll get the smoke down eventually.
"45 seconds. And towards B, only one person here. These gamble stacks for Newhappy are very questionable. They feel quite unnecessary as well, because they're going to realize very soon they are in trouble. Smoke going to come through. Deep at range, Lihang's going to have minimal impact here unless he can get some good spam through the smoke. He does good damage, but he can't stop them crossing. Or down to the spine backside. What can he do? Do push through the smoke. Lihang will fall. Spine is still playing over towards Coffins and somehow still alive. As 2x will find one of his own, but it's falling. It's crumbling. And this could be it. Numbers favored in a post-bar for the Mongols in a 3 versus 2.
Looking very good indeed. They've got to wait for this smoke to dissipate as well. The AWP trained on the angle as the smoke goes down. Who's going to get the drop? It is indeed the AWP. Just Tiger remaining, and he goes down to the AWP as well. Mongols have done it. It takes a lot of work for sure there on Inferno. Maybe more than they were expecting, but ultimately they will win the series out 2-0. They are bouncing back well in the lower bracket, and they stay alive. Unfortunately for Newhappy, not quite the same. I think they can be happy.